Beautiful day. Oh, good afternoon. It's almost 1 o'clock on Sunday, March 28th. Up here in the High Uintas, going back a mile or two for an overnighter. Got my hammock with me, looking forward to a good night. I think I'm gonna sleep under the stars, or leave my tarp in my pack anyway, we'll see. I'm heading into one of my, kind of my favorite early season spots. I'm hoping to do a little bit of fishing, but we'll kind of just see. I don't really know what that's gonna look like. Not a lot of snow up here in the lower elevations, so some of my favorite, early season fishing holes are gonna start opening up probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, so we'll be up here again, fishing some ponds. Anyway, we're gonna do a little hiking. There's a little bit of a trail, a little bit of a road, and some off-trail stuff, so really beautiful out. I just had to cross a little snow bridge to get to where I wanted to go, and I'm really glad I didn't break through. It probably would have covered my boot, so. I love this. I'm about 40 minutes into my hike, and this is where I'm gonna camp. Fire ring right there, dry ground, beautiful view behind me, and my hammock goes in the trees right back here. This is a place that I've camped at before. A really great early season spot that you can do a little fishing and just have a good time on dry ground. So, yeah, I'll show you in the trees right there. Then I'm going to get set up. Beautiful. And this is that little tree grove. My hammock goes on that tree and that tree. Perfect fit. Really excited. Well, I did decide to throw the tarp up, just in case, a storm comes through, rain, snow, and even wind. If it gets windy tonight, I can hunker it right down and kind of protect myself from that. But I'm probably going to just keep it like this, kind of a porch mode style setup. And I'm pretty much all set up as far as camp's concerned. Little things that I got to pick up and store back in my pack. But I'm probably really close to cooking a cup of coffee. I want to process a little bit of firewood, and then I'm going to go see if I can find a fish in one of these holes. There's a couple good holes, a couple 100 yards that way and a couple 100 yards that way. I'll probably check them both out, but who knows? It's really early to be pulling fish out of the river up here. I don't know. Let's have some coffee. Cheers. Not a bad way to spend a Sunday.
Mama's boy hasn't been around in a while. They asked her what, why, and how. She said, don't worry about my boy. he's doing just fine. He goes to church in the mountains now.
I am having so much fun up here, just relaxing. I still haven't seen or heard anybody since I got down here. Wouldn't expect to on a Sunday. But I've got my Tenkara rod and a couple flies, and I'm gonna walk back to some of those fishing, some of those holes that I passed walking in, and I'm gonna see if I can see any fish, and hopefully find a hole that has a fish in it. But I'm gonna have a lot of fun regardless. Well, I fished a couple of the, oh, I thought that was a fish rising. I fished a couple of the holes already, no luck. I haven't seen anything yet. I think it might just be a little too early, but I tell you what, here in about another week, next weekend or the following, this is probably going to be prime time. I'm not giving up yet. I got to walk back down the river and get my jacket. And I'm just going to sit and watch the water for a little while and see if I can see what's going on, if anything. Really beautiful out here. Well, I'm back at camp. Had a great time down on the river. I didn't catch any fish, nor did I see any activity. But it was still fun, had a great time. Just getting back to camp. I'm going to process a little bit more firewood. It's just a little after 5, and I'd like to get a fire started around 6 so I could cook my dinner before the sun goes down. So, going to relax for a bit. Might even lay in the hammock just to make sure I don't need to do any adjustments before I get in there tonight. But, yeah. We'll bring you back here in a little bit when we get a fire going. Starting to smell good. I'll give these potatoes about 10 minutes, then I'll get my steak on the grill. Got a big boneless ribeye. My favorite cut. I usually bring Montreal steak seasoning, but I didn't have any. So I'll sprinkle a little salt and pepper on both. Steak gets a little bit, potatoes get a little bit. I'm burning up with a fire going and my down and my hat on. It's probably still 40, 45 degrees out. But my dinner is done. Boneless ribeye, burnt potatoes, just the way that I like them. I'm gonna pull that food off the grill and eat it. I'm not gonna film myself eat, so I'll be up for a couple more hours. There hasn't been any clouds. I was hoping to get a time lapse at some point today, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen. But anyhow, I'm gonna eat and we'll get this back on in a bit. Well, it is 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just getting out of the hammock. I slept just great. It was very warm, comfortable all night long. I watched about a movie and a half before I fell asleep, so I got a really good night's rest. I'm not going to do any fire this morning. I'm just going to leave the little bit of wood that I have left right where it is. I'm sure I'll be up here one more time before the higher elevations melt out. So we're just going to get a cup of coffee going, then I'm going to get packed up and hike out of here. You know, it's Monday and I got some things to do today, so I'm going to put this camera away and turn some music on while I have some coffee and get packed up, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon.